Hello guys and welcome to today's video, and this is new episode on a new server that reset a couple days ago called RuntoMiner.gg. It is a clicker server, and it is probably the best clicker server on Minehunt that has ever released. And the server doesn't actually have seasons or anything, but there was some drama and some shit that happened, so basically the things reset. And I honestly granted a bit with me reaching actually top leaderboards in mining, for example, and a lot of other things that I'm trying to compete in, but the server is a bit pay to win and other things. Technically, theoretically, I didn't pay money this season, as if you look at slash buy, these ranks I have from the beginning of the server before the drama arose. KSI, I'm joking. This is way too but there's a thing that is really overpowered here, and that's the loot box. Give you not only a bunch of bullshit, but also gives you weapons, and that's not the focus of this video. Today, I will be basically showing you around the server and explaining the main core factors of why the server is so good. But first, to start it off, we need to explain what the clicker game mode is all about. So, when you first spawn in, it will be spawned right over there, and you will see the scout area. And when you punch a cow, you'll see I get its essence, and you use the essence to buy the gear of the shops. Now you can sell the essence, but you should probably try to buy some gear, because when you progress and progress, you'll see, for example, I go to this random area, you see the mobs start having a lot more HP. And the more HP they have, the more stronger they become, the better resources will they give. As you can see, they give a lot of resources compared to the cow. Also, the essence will be worth a lot more money than the beginning, but at the same time, the gear will not only cost more essence, but more money. That's basically the base of the game. You get gear, you kill mobs, get gear, get more kills, get more gear, get more kills and more gears, and etc. But that sounds boring. What else in this to the server? Well, there's a lot. Firstly, there's also mining, which basically mining is like a side quest that you also have to do. You see, there's these little veins on the side. You can use a pickaxe to mine them all, and to buy better stuff, you can go to this spawn shop, which has not only early game weapons you can buy, but also armor sets, potions, which have essence finder, basically giving you more essence, speed, and strength. And there's also the pickaxes here, with ranging from coal all the way to lapis, which lapis is the best pickaxe, giving you a small chance to insta mine, which is very, very OP. Now this is the black market. This is just another thing that is in the game. Basically, every 24 minutes, the cycle re-rolls in this, and you can get a lot of things between these accessories and essence. I will explain what accessories are in a sec. Now, the auction house, I think you know what it means. Just the auction house, the basics. There's also daily reward with a thing called daily spin, which you can basically every 24 hours you can spin the wheel and you get some extra shit. There's the AFK area with loot boxes, which you can right click to open, and they can give you stuff, including a talisman. Now, let's look at a couple of other things that spawn. There's this enchanting table, which if you hold a tool, I'll hold a random tool like this that I won't need, and enchant if you have the money. Wait, let me sell some shit too. Let me sell this. Oh yes. Um, if you enchant it, you'll see you get enchants on anything. Now this, I'll use something else. This, for example, here's the sword, just for example. There, I enchanted it. Sharpness 2, critical 5, and strength 1. To know what the enchants do, you can just do such enchantment guide, and it's basically the same for a lot of things. You know what you're doing. It's enough. Nothing is confusing mainly. So you can always ask chat. As you can see, it is very, very There's active players that are sweats that will answer immediately. I'm one of them as well. But once you enchant, there's also a thing called reforging, which you can basically pay on gems to upgrade the damage on your weapon, ranging from 1% to 10%. 10% is of course the best, which is unstoppable. 1%, if I'm not mistaken, is feeble, and then 2 is weak, moderate, mighty, and unstoppable, if I'm not mistaken. And these are runes. This is the rune crafting table. Basically, you can click it and you get a random rune. Now this one is really good, and if you go a rune crafting guide, you'll see that what it does is it gives you extra buffs when killing mobs. So for example, here's me killing. Let's say I'm grinding XP, like 67 XP. Now I'll kill it with a sword. You'll see you get 80 XP. So there's a big difference, and runes are definitely OP. Now, this is basically the base of spawn. There's nothing else to show you. Now, there's this thing called a dark auction, which I can't enter because I'm late, but basically, it's like if you ever saw Hypixel Skyblock and saw Dungeons, you'll see the dark auction. It's basically the same. They sell a bunch of limited items that are really good. For example, like this God potion here, which I also drank to grind it for like an hour and a half already. An hour. But, the dark auction is definitely a place you should go. Either you have to be kind of rich, or hope that you don't stumble into any other rich player, and that way you can get items. Now, the boss spawns every hour, and when you kill it, you not only get extra souls, but you also can get rare items, which you can check in Bestiary, which the Bestiary basically shows you about every single mob and every single boss. You can see that the mobs, everything you want to know about them is right here. And you can also see the boss of each area by clicking on the sword, and you'll understand everything. Now, if I go, for example, to this area, right? Firstly, you see I got this helmet, and that's pretty much it. Now, this is, for example, my armor, pretty good armor, and some sword. And all of these purple thingies, that means these are enchantments I didn't use in the enchanting table, and bought or from the dark auction, mainly from the dark auction. It's only accessible for the dark auction. So, for example, I have 2 of these books. You understand the point. Now, I forgot to show you another thing in spawn, and basically this is the thing called permanent upgrades, and these are basically upgrades that can buff everything between damage to resources to special buffs that are really good. Now these are really expensive and probably one of the harder ones to get, like Soul Finder, movement speed, respawn rate, mind blocks, and kills. If you ever enter, I would suggest firstly getting the Soul Finder upgrade. It just gives you more souls in general. Then I would suggest going for killing, mining, then these two. Probably this is better than this. Now, let's show you a bit of the server menu. Now, the server menu has a couple of things. There's the bestiary, which, you can always check here at spawn. But basically, the server menu everything here can be accessed with commands. But you can also click on the server menu. It's the same thing. Just to show you everything in the game, pretty much. Now, these are pets. You get them as a rare drop from a mob. For example, let me kill some of these cows here to show you. You see I got a cow pet. There's also an Evo Stone, which I'll get for a second. Let me get it. I got a talisman, which I'll explain what this is later. I got a God damn! 3 in a row. I mean, it's not rare. But yeah, here, there's a pet and an evolution. You can equip the pet, then the evolution. And basically, gives you strength. But what's good about this is that you can sell them for money. And for example, this Wither Skeleton pet is worth 5 million coins. Just free 5 million coins. Now, yes, it is rare, but it is worth it. Now, another thing is there's this thing called accessory bag. And this is the shrine of stuff. Firstly, the accessory bag can store a bunch of accessories that can give you strength, to crit damage, to crit chance, to random upgrades are really good. All of these are crazy. Crazy. And this you get by linking your account to Discord, which you should probably check the Discord server. Just enter the server and do /Discord. And copy the link. And you'll be there right away. And accessories are probably one of the best ways to get extra damage in Magic Final in the entire game. And for example, this I got really like it from the black market. That's 25% more crit damage nonetheless. So that's kind of crazy, right? Everybody flexing their mind. Might as well just flex mine as well. Anyways, another thing you gotta know about the server is the stats things. Now statistics, there's a couple of things. There's damage, which basically is just base damage. Strength basically multiplies your damage. So I have a 21x multiplier, so it's 120,000 damage times 21. Speed gives you speed. Crit chance is the chance of you doing a crit hit, which the crit damage is basically how much more damage you will be doing. Magic Find basically makes your the chances of getting a rare drop higher. It doesn't say it, but it is higher. There's attack speed, which is how fast you attack, and mining fortune for mining every 100 fortune gives you one extra item. Now we have that. This is player leveling. Pretty much, you level until EXP, and every time you level up, you do 0.1% more damage, capping at level 1000, which is really good, as it gives you extra damage. Now, if you take a look at here, you'll see there's a thing called Prestige, which Prestige is really overpowered, and highly suggest doing it and getting it as soon as possible. Not only does it give you extra strength, which is always great, it gives you extra magic find, fortune, essence, which is crazy for money, and an aura. Now, if you take a look at slash auras, there's premium auras, which you pay money for, which are the strongest, but cost money. So if you're not paying to win, that sucks. Then these are from loot boxes. Not the best because they don't give you extra resources, they just give you a buff to your damage, which in my opinion is not that worth it. And there's this prestige auras, which every time you prestige, you get extra stuff. Now I have prestige 5, so I have this, which this one is really good. Right? And at max prestige, you'll get these. Aura, which is really good and just overall great buff. The aura is actually stronger than, I believe, it's like the same as Iron Aura, but it's like the same as Iron Aura, so that's pretty much it. And here's what also you're gonna know. A pinata event is basically an event where a pinata that gives you resources, souls, gems, XP, or coins spawns in one of the areas, and everybody just punches it. That's a cool event that he added. I have no idea why, probably because of New Year's. I don't know if it will stay forever, but it is a pretty cool thing to grind because it gives you extra resources, especially if you're an early game player. Everybody's kind of storming at it where everybody's online, but you can but if you fly, it's easier to hit it because nobody's above it. But yeah, still a pain to hit. Now I'm gonna really quickly hit the pinata with everybody else, because why not? The owner here is like, what the hell is going on? Why is everybody here? Now I'll show you builds in a second, but here you can see, for example, loot box. I open it, I get stuff. Now, a couple of extra things you gotta know are quests. Every time you do things, I really suggest activating a quest, as it will give you extra loot boxes, meaning extra stuff. And the accessory as well, which is crazy. Now, vaults are basically just storage. Tanks are cool. They're basically like a cosmetic to show your dedication to the server and how much you've grinded. And this as well, which is, if you have this, you're one of a kind. Now, we go into mining guide, which basically shows you everything that drops for mining. It's like a bestiary for mining. Auras I already showed. The bank is where you can store resources and get interest. You store money and get interest, giving you extra money along the way, especially if you have a lot in the bank. And there are a couple of bank upgrades with the best being the executive account, which gives you extra 100 million balance and also gives you interest, so you can get an extra 2.5 million a day. Not a lot, but still pretty good. Now, these are the mayors, and the mayors are basically everybody votes once, and what the mayor is what the buff is. So for example, here we have a 44 votes, so we get 2 extra gems here from this mayor, which is good. Great. But right now we have mayor gems, which I can show you all the mayors. We have this, yeah, which just reduces the boss Respawn time, we have more coins from Chris, more souls from Grin, which is probably the best here. Experience from Jade, damage boost from James. Kirk gives you more bank interest, which is pretty good. Leo gives you more assets, which is very good. Rosa gives you more respawn. The respawn rate is faster, which is decent, but pretty good for AFKing, that's for sure. Sirius gives you more dark auctions, and Tom gives you more gems, which we have right now. So that is pretty much it for the menu, except for one final thing, which is the guilds. Guilds are a place where you can join with your friends to make a guild. For example, these are all my friends right there, and you level it up by donating gems into it. And the more you level it up, the more magic fun you'll get and strength, and the more members you can insert in the guild. And you can also name, color, and I'm the owner of this guild. Now, when I upgrade the guild, if I ever upgrade it, if anybody is interested in joining, I highly suggest joining, as we are one of the best guilds. If I'm not mistaken, we are the third best guild. Let me check slash guild when it comes to level. Slash guild info. Smugs, for example, the Smugs are also level 8, a bit better, but still not the craziest. And then we have A and C, which is the best guild, but still. I suggest joining when we get more space. I would love for some of you all to join. You just kind of gotta be, a bit progressed, just so you can like donate a bit of gems, because that will help a ton. But I do not know if I missed anything. I probably did miss like a billion different things, but I think this is more than enough for today's video. I think I explained a lot of the important things. Fast travel just lets you travel faster, to anybody who doesn't know. I believe I explained everything. I don't think there's anything missing. Ah, yes, the final mob is. Oh, I forgot to say, mining is also a big thing. I love mining, just not the best. And I would also say that I have one alt account that is grinding mobs, and another that is grinding. That is just AFK in the AFK area. And you can enter with a total of 3 accounts and AFK on the mobs, and the rest have to be in the AFK area. There will be more custom events like the Pinata event, for example, that can be fun. And I would highly suggest joining the server and having fun and getting to know the community, because it's honestly one of the best ever. Now, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm on grind more, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.